Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a video in which we're going to discuss what happened in today's Ultimate Dominator event, of course from the battle reports perspective. That's exactly what we're going to do in this video. Of course, at the end of the video we're also going to go through that warrior spirit in order to show you guys what I have obtained. So let's scroll all the way down, and of course we're gonna highlight only the highest players which I met, which were of course far away from my league. That's no question about it. So it all started at 1300 for me. That's the time zone which I am right now, still in holidays for 1 week. So I ported directly there in the middle of the fight. Of course, I also had to fight my Wi-Fi connection, so you're also gonna see that in a minute from the battery post perspective. Of course, what I have to highlight in here is of course Mr. Hassan. Not only a fantastic person, he has also been supporting this channel by a lot. But it's always my honor to fight against you, even though we both know who is gonna win and who is gonna cry in the end. So let me put it this way: I will gonna be the one needing the tissues. So we see Mr. Hassan set up right here, which is the Navy, and of course in this video we're gonna slightly address this topic, which is the gear, which will gonna give us a severe headache. And when I say us, I don't necessarily mean only the players. So to put it in a very diplomatic way, let's have a look at Mr. Hassan's Navy right here, which is yeah, super solid. So I put it in there, and of course the welcome was extremely warm from my perspective. And then at one point I had some Wi-Fi connection issues. And let's have a look. Here we have Mr. Hog right here hitting my base, and hitting actually with the Air Force, which is absolutely, yeah, very strong. Let's have a look at that. So we see a 777. Of course, again, the topic is the gear. You see him having a lot of these blue effects, which are super nice. To be honest, it's better than nothing, no question about it. Of course, the main issue is effects like this, debilitation, or of course the vulnerable effect. Super dangerous stuff actually for the game, because it catapults some players which are lucky enough to have this to very high positions, to be honest. So let's have a look at his Air Force right here, a 4-1, a 3-7, yeah, rock solid, yes, and of course a very nice damage increase and damage decrease. And let's have a look at the DEF. 21 on Air Force and 75 on all units. Absolutely super great. So yeah, you see here Mr. Hassan chewing on my base like crazy. And of course, around about here, when Mr. Jax hit me, I had experienced that severe Wi-Fi battle, because you can see here the battle report 1308, and I was hit by pretty much everybody. And we have to go in this battle report versus Mr. Dragon 76, because this is also a very strong player. But you see here, I was able to connect back with the game after 10 minutes. So good, this is Mr. Dragon 76, which is a very strong player. He hit my base again. He done that with his Air Force versus my tanks, which means, in other words, I even had suppression on my side. So no heavy trooper in there. We're gonna have a look at the stats. We're gonna have a look also at the heroes, of course, at the gear. So yeah, we see here magnetic pulse. We see here ignition is super nice. Debilitation, absolutely great. I would simply love to have the opportunity to get also some of these vulnerable effects, but sadly maybe that will never ever happen. Good, let's scroll down to his Air Force stats right here. So 4-7 and 3-9, and please take in consideration he doesn't have the heavy trooper in this fight, because we're also going to see some other battle reports from Mr. Dragon 76 and see also his other setups. So anyways, let's carry on and see. Yeah, Mr. Diego did scouted my base, and I also got hit probably by him. But here we come to another very key player, which is Mr. Artemis right here, and we see his second March for the Navy right here. 308 March size is absolutely, yeah, way out of my league. And yeah, the gear is how it is. So yeah, from the gears perspective, he doesn't have any special effects. But let's have a look also at his stats for the second March of his Navy. So it's absolutely solid. It's round about 1000% more HP than I have. So it's a very strong player. And of course, we're gonna see him later on with his main marches also in this video. Now we jump to another very strong player. You already can see that and notice this by the March size 311, and I sadly cannot pronounce his name, but we see his Navy setup right here with a Lila level 8, absolutely super crazy. A Crimson level 7, of course, Stromoy also. Not very blessed with the lack of special effects. Yes, so we all know the pain. I actually done some counting and I have round about 70 or 80 total gold pieces of gear, and I end up only having with 2 effects which are not necessarily helping me because I refuse to use the Brunhild. So we see here 5-5 HP on Navy and 4-9 attack on Navy. Absolutely super strong player, so please be careful if you get to meet him in the battles. So we also see very nice DEF right here. But we also have stronger players, and you're gonna see also their battle reports. So here we see a battle report from server 1035, again Mr. Artemis, which, yeah, super strong player. Of course, we see his main tank match right here without the heavy troopers, so it's a 7, it's a 7, it's a 7 right here. Of course, the special effect looks pretty nice. I simply love that vulnerable. Again, this probably never ever gonna happen for me because it's unbelievable bad design, and yeah, it's gonna be a huge headache in the future, trust me when I say that. Good, here are the army stats: 5-2 and 4-6, which is absolutely unbelievable strong. Yes, so here let's move to the next battle report, and here is yet another very strong player which I met today. And here is another very strong player which I met today. You already see here a 40 extra reinforcements, 308 march size, 000. That's super dangerous. So a 7, a 7, and a 7. So, sadly, I cannot pronounce his name. You see a lot of effects, only blue tier level, but doesn't change the fact they all add up and they are all super dangerous, to be honest. Anyways, let's have a look at his Navy stats right here: 5-6 and 5-0 attack. Absolutely crazy, super crazy. Damage increase and damage decrease over 600%. And of course, we want to have a look at the DEF. And yeah, the DEF looks kind of normal, to be honest, but still a very strong player right here. And you see here another attack versus this player, in which we can also have a look at his main tank march right here with a level 8. Oh boy, with a level 7 and with a level 7. Absolutely super great. Look at this, it's absolutely unbelievable, crazy, super nice gear effects. And for the sake of showing also the stats comparison, again, this looks kind of super nice, but the most deadliest part are these effects like vulnerable, debilitation, ignitions. Those will never be shown in the stats, but will gonna massively affect the battle results. So here we see a 5-6 army HP and a 4-9 army attack. Crazy. And of course, let's have a look at the DEF of his army. 15 is not that high, to be honest. And the DEF of all units, yeah, it's a 59%. Is also not super high. But again, yeah. But the main issue are these special effects. So let's have a look here at another very strong player. And here I am attacking his planes. So I have the suppression. And I'm pretty proud, to be honest, of my tank setup, which is not that bad at all, and it's my strongest setup. But yet again, with the suppression, you see the result is absolutely kind of devastating. We see also here a lot of blue effects, which again, they add up. We see also here a legendary one, which is a damage increase. Let's have a look at his Air Force stats right here. You see my tank stats there on the left side. So the Air Force is 5-1 and 4-3, and 650 Air Force increase is absolutely crazy. Let's have a look at the DEF here of Air Force 1.9. It's kind of low, but we see the DEF of all units 83.9%, absolutely super strong. We see again Mr. Dragon 76 with his tank setup right here, super crazy and super nice to see, versus of course a fake Robin. That's no question about it. Let's have a look at the gear right here. Beautiful, vulnerable. Oh my god, I mean, just let's have a look at the comparison right here. But again, these effects are super crazy powerful and will decide many battles. And it's sad to see they are pure RNG design. So of course we see there a battle report with Mr. Robin, which is a fake Robin. Don't point to see that. We see again Mr. Hassan chewing on my base, which, yeah, super nice battery reports. We see Mr. Mickey also hitting me here with a 272 March size. Now this looks super interesting again because of the fact I have the suppression, he doesn't have it, and it's a very, very honorable and very strong result, to be honest. We also see here he was also not blessed with the lack of special effects, but he's at least the proud owner of the 15% vulnerable and another 15% ignition. So yeah, let's have a look at his Air Force stats right here. And we see a 3-2 and 3-2, which is not that strong, guys. Good, let's carry on with another very, very strong player. You really have to pay attention if you meet him in the future battle, is Mr. Hendo. And here we see him hitting my base. This is his tank setup. You already see by this 40 reinforcements and of course the 302 march size, that is a very, very strong player. Let's have a look at that. And yeah, his gear looks like the Christmas tree. There's no question about it. So many effects, it's absolutely unbelievable. Let's go and see the stats difference right here. So 5-5 and 4-8, boy, this is so not in my league anymore. So you already see with the damage increase and the damage decrease is basically double. Yeah, let's have a look at the DEF of all units. So the army is 67, super strong, and of course the DEF of all units is literally double of mine. So yeah, absolutely strong player. Please pay attention when you get to meet him. And here he hit my base one more time because I was healing, and we can see also Mr. Hendo's setup for the Navy. So let's briefly have a look into that. So, oh, look at this, Lila level 8, Stromoy level 8, oh my god. And again, another Christmas tree right here. And let's have a look briefly at his Navy stats, which are 5-3 and 5-0, and very high damage increase, damage decrease. The DF of the Navy 65 and 117% DF of all units, absolutely super crazy. So let's conclude the battle reports, of course, with Mr. Dosa versus Mr. Robin, and that's what Dosa sent me per Discord because I had some issues logging in the game, and that's exactly what he wanted to show to us right here. Is Mr. Robin Snake Eyes, he actually succeed to reach one time 105 hits, which is absolutely, yeah, super crazy, super amazing. So of course we have some more battle reports from Mr. Dossar and Mr. Robin, different ones. So we see also here 122 hits from Snake Eyes, which is also absolutely super nice to see. Here it was a bit more lower, but we see different battle reports, of course. And anyways, let's jump now into that warrior spirit and let's see what we can get out of that, because I think you guys are also a bit curious. So these are the rest of the battle reports. So here are the rolls. Of course, I had this one pack for $1.20, which gives you a few double rewards, which is only 2. And these are the rest of the results which I was able to obtain. Now, granted, the fight was absolutely massive. I also healed a lot. I think I used round about 400,000 Odinium just for the healing. So yeah, granted, it was a lot of fun. And yeah, granted, also here I wasn't quite able to obtain that gold catalyst. But yeah, who cares about that? I have round about 70 gold pieces of gear. And of course, the most important thing when it comes down to the gear are these special effects with these absolutely crazy and very powerful buffs. And let's briefly have a look from this perspective what we have achieved today, which is, of course, we didn't succeed to conquest all the servers we actually declare war to, but it's absolutely super normal because you cannot be everywhere at the same time. Of course, we can also see at the rank for this round. And from the marriage perspective, we have reached rank 1, which is absolutely very respectable. And when we see the individual merit, we see me here at rank 49. So anyways, beautiful people, this is pretty much everything I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope you are deciding to subscribe to this channel because it's super important for me, for us, for the community, for everybody to have such videos, to have such channels. So yeah, as always, beautiful people, don't forget to see me in the next episode. Ciao and thank you for watching.